Hey, what's up YouTube? Today on my channel, the first baking recipe. Today I'm gonna show you how to make a vanilla strawberry cream cake, aka the cake I made for my mom on Mother's Day. This recipe is not very healthy, but if you ever consider to make a sweet treat for your mom or for yourself, or just to prove other people that vegan stuff actually tastes fucking good, then make this. For a more detailed ingredient list, I will write all the ingredients that I used in the description box, so don't worry if you don't catch up with the video. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I put the vegan butter in my mixing bowl and melt it for a couple of seconds in the microwave. Then I add the sugar and the vanilla sugar. I like to use a mixture of white and brown sugar because I personally think that brown sugar looks better in cake and tastes better. So here I prepared soy milk and a mix of shredded hazelnuts and flour. If you are gluten-free, you can use gluten-free flour. That wouldn't make a difference. But since my mom is not gluten-free, I just used regular wheat flour here. Then I slowly put the soy milk and the flour mixture in my mixing bowl. Halfway through, I put in a package of baking soda. Then something I really like to put in cake mixtures, or for example pancake or waffle mixtures, is 100 milliliters of carbonated water, because it just makes your cake or whatever you want to make more fluffy. Here I'm preparing the cake pan. I usually put parchment paper on the bottom of the cake pan and then just use some vegan butter for the rest so it won't stick on the cake pan. Right before the cake comes in the oven, I put a small tablespoon of apple cider vinegar in the cake mixture. Don't worry, you won't taste it. This is only for the fluff. And I also added a little bit more of vanilla because I just like vanilla. After that, you bake your cake for around 30 to 45 minutes in 180 degrees Celsius. And this is how it looks like after it is baked. It kind of looks like a very creepy smiley. And put it aside to let it fully cool down. So while your cake is cooling down, you can prepare the pudding. I use this kind of vanilla pudding powder, and usually it says on the packaging how you have to prepare it. So instead of normal cow milk, I'm using soy milk. And I added 4 teaspoons of sugar. So this is now your pudding, and you don't need everything of it, you just need like the half of it. So the other half, put it in a bowl or something. And please don't be that person who asks, what do I do with the rest of the pudding? Just fucking eat it. Now I have this stuff. This is the plant-based equivalent to gelatin. I think it's some kind of seaweed or something. I don't fucking know. Google it if you want to know. I don't have time for that. And this comes in a white powder, and I just put it in my pudding, which is still hot. Okay, your pudding has to be still hot while you're putting this stuff in. And then mix it and set it aside and let it cool down. So your cake is fully cool, and now comes the hard part. You have to cut it in 2 halves. And I don't fucking know how, but somehow I managed to do it. And what I like to do is I like to use the top half as my bottom half in the cake, because usually the bottom half looks nicer and more regular than the top half. Then we have this cake ring thing, and I put it around my cake base. So here's a very wonderful package of fresh strawberries. I washed them, cut them in half and put them on my cake base. Mother Nature was very nice to make those strawberries in this shape, because like this it's very easy to put them in a circle. For the cream on the inside, I have this stuff. This is soy whip. I found it in my local organic store. If you don't like soy, they also have coconut whip and rice whip, but I tried them all and I personally think that the soy whip works the best. So I put this in the mixing bowl and first of all whip it for around 1.5 minutes. Then I add some vanilla sugar and whip it again. This is how you test if your whipping cream is ready. You just flip your bowl over and if it's not falling out, your whipping cream is perfect. If it's falling out, then you suck in life. So here we have our cooled down vanilla pudding, and I put the vanilla pudding tablespoon for tablespoon in the whipped cream and mix them together. Cream is ready and just put it over the strawberries. Then you have to put the other half on the cake. I failed a little bit, but yeah, shit happens. You won't see it anyway after you decorate it. So the vegan seaweed gelatin stuff has to do its magic. So you put your almost ready cake in the fridge and let it cool at least 2 hours, but the best is overnight. So this is already the next day. I have another package of this soy whip and I just put it in my mixing bowl because this is going to be the soy whip around the cake. Then I have this stuff. I don't know if this is a typical German thing, but it's some kind of powder that makes the whipped cream a little bit more solid, and you have to mix it with a little bit of sugar. And yeah, there's the chopstick again. I'm too Asian, I'm sorry. And while you're whipping your soy cream, you have to put this powder sugar mixture in your whipped cream. Okay, I cooled my cake overnight and it's time to remove the cake ring thing. If someone knows how to call it in English, please write it in a comment section. And then I put the soy whipped cream around the cake. These are almond slices, and there's probably a more intelligent way to stick them on the cake, but at the end I just did it with my fingers. It was a little bit messy, but whatever. And then I used 2 teaspoons to place little parts of shit on the cake. So then here we have strawberries again. Pick out the 8 most prettiest, and they have to be kind of the same size. Wash them, and then what I did was I cut them into slices but left the strawberry together at one point and then made kind of like a small strawberry fan and used this to decorate the cake. Other things I used to decorate the cake: fresh raspberries and fresh blueberries to lay a beautiful heart on the cake. I actually wanted to film how we eat it, but I forgot it. Well, let me tell you, it was delicious. So I hope you like this video, and if you're recreating this cake in some kind of way, let me know.